Okay, so we're gonna do some simulating here. I decided to go back to June. I'm not confident that in this simulator, the farther we go back, it seems like it has a few more issues. So I've been looking around at these top gainers, starting pre-market here. So we'll have to adjust our hotkeys for buy bid by ask, but I need to know the float of BMGL. 6.02 million. So that's looking very, very good. The other one that looked okay was Vera, but it didn't look okay until later when I jumped ahead to market open. So, um, but BMGL is up 67% and it's $10, which is pretty good. Obviously, we grew our account value quite a bit since the last time I made a video. All these other ones are a little bit too high priced for where the account value is at. And if it lets us reset our account value, we'll do that today. But let's just take a little look, see here, and see if there's anything else. TIL is up 27%, and actually a whole lot. It halted its way up, so I guess we'll just watch the volume on that. But again, that's a little bit too pricey. So I think we're going to open with BMGL. The float is good, so we need to get rid of this here. And let's go ahead and go to our settings. And I'm just going to reset this to what it is that I want it to be. Hopefully it'll let us do it. Yesterday it was kind of freaking out and wouldn't let us do it. So set, continue. Okay, so it actually did reset. That's good. And we're pre-market, so we have to go limit buy at the ask and limit sell at the bid. And we're going Control A, Control B. We're always buy and sell at the bid. I'm not going to get more complicated. Realistically, I'd like to limit buy at the bid, depending upon how the stock's doing, but we're just going to base this purely off of momentum and see how we do. The shirt's making me look like a dork, so there we go. Now I look worse. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we need to adjust our share size. So the stock is at $10 right now. Not entirely positive what that'll end up looking like here, but let's go 2,500 and we'll go divided by, we'll say 1050 just to be safe in case it rips. So 238 shares, then we'll divide it by 2. We'll scale in with half account size because I'm not interested in losing money. So we'll go 120 shares per buy. So we're going to come in here. Again, this is the issue with this particular simulator is I can't just set a hotkey for go in with half position. I have to actually adjust how many shares I'm going to get in here with. So 120 and 120. So we buy at the ask, sell at the bid, Control B. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it doesn't lag on us, but let's go ahead and press play. This has already started to move, so realistically all I'm hoping to do is catch it on the move up. Maybe it rips at 4. A lot of people jump on at 4. So, and let's find my keys here. I buy at the ask and sell at the bid. All right, here we go. Lots of ticks going through the time and sales. That's what we want. I don't know how accurate our level 2 is here. So I'm seeing a lot of 1 share sizes, etc. And unfortunately, this simulator doesn't give me the opportunity or the option to actually adjust how many size, like what size I'm seeing. I'd rather see, 10 shares, 20 shares, 30 shares, 100 shares, because these 1s and 2s don't really do anything. So it is nice to see all the different brokers, or not brokers, but market orders come in, so you can kind of see where they're all coming in from. But not that that really makes any kind of difference. So it ripped, and this was a really steady rip. I didn't go back to 1 a.m. because, I mean, I guess I could. But that's the thing on the simulators, you don't know necessarily when it ripped or when it moved. And I don't really want to go back and research it. What time did it move? Because normally it tells me, oh, it moved up 147% on the day, and I didn't ask it that. So I'm trying to keep this as realistic as possible. So the name of the game is to make money, and I am not going to short today. I'm just going to try and get our momentum. So very interesting on our volume. Normally I like to see the volume. This is a really good volume right here. That's where I like to see it if I'm going to enter in. But, or if it's just starting to rip. But if the stock is priced a little higher, then you can get away with a little less volume. So, and we can watch the other ones, but I can always just pop over here to Vera and see how it's doing. So it's okay. We're not really seeing a huge volume increase. There's not enough data here to calculate a MACD, so it's not super relevant. And I'm not seeing anything flicker heavy over here. So like right now, I don't know if it's just slow, like if it's a slow push on the stock, push down. But normally we like to see flicker, 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 because that tells us our volume is really high. So BMGL, here we go. Yeah, so this is our flicker that we like. So maybe it's on the come up. Realistically, it's got to come up all the way past this candle for us to get in. All we're trying to do is grow this. I don't want negative, but I'll get in and get out. So this is the nice thing until the pattern day trader rule changes, supposedly on June 4th. I haven't verified that for sure. I just heard it from somebody smarter than me. I'll be able to get in and out without any type of pressure like I would on my cash account or with the 3 trades within 5 business days rule. They're changing that from 25,000 as the minimum down to 2,000, which is pretty good. So on a little bit of an up there, lots of green on the tape, that's really good, but our volume's not quite there and our MACD is still pretty negative. So some people are pretty confident buying here at our first sign of reversal, but I'm not. I'm not interested in losing money. I have to be really sure. And that's something I haven't really done in this simulator yet, is be really sure. Unless I was going back and trading a stock that I knew moved pretty heavily that day. So, but this obviously, for a stock to be up from wherever it was down here at 9 all the way up to 11.25, that's a good move. So I don't see any reason to complain about that. I'd be curious to see. I don't really want to follow this all the way until market open for 2.5 hours. But maybe we catch a move and we jump ahead and we see how it does at market open. So this is doing okay. It's a nice slow come up. I'm assuming our next level of resistance is at 10, which is where we would see our 9 EMA crossover. Should be exponential. I'm pretty sure I said it as exponential. We could always double check. Oh, nope, we didn't. There we go. Beautiful. Let's pop that. Yeah, I like it better there. There we go. Nothing really moving over here, so this is the only thing that's moving. So these are probably all pretty slow pumps, which is fine. But the float on this stock is good. That means it has the potential to do a big move, which is why it moves so much over here. So we're just going to be patient. And maybe I move ahead in the video. We'll see how my editing skills are. And then I have to share with you today what the heck happened. So today is Friday, April 24th, 2026, and I'm trading the 2nd of June of 25 in the simulator. And this is real market. This happened. But today, it was so funny. There are like pump and dump schemes where you'll get these people who have large positions in a company stock, and they want to sell it and get out of there. And so what they'll do is they scam people. They're like, hey, I've got this good stock, and I'll explain that to you. I got a text, and I'll show you how it showed up on the time and sales and on the level 2 here. And it was pretty funny. It tanked hard, so everybody that got in on that just lost a lot of money. So, and there were some big buy orders sitting there. I think I took a couple of screenshots, so we'll see what happened a little later. Quite a bit low energy. It's 9:02 p.m. and I've been waking up for the pre-market, trying to trade and really get my bearing before this rule change goes into effect in June, and I am paying for it. So, yeah, and see that right there is why I'm not confident in buying there. So, but we are starting to come back around a little bit. So let's while we wait for this, let's go look and see what the news was, if there was a news catalyst that put this. Let's see, what was the news that came out on June 2nd, 2025 for the BMGL stock? it's probably going to tell me, oh, it moved 1,000,000%. A Basel Medical Group stock experienced high volatility. I don't need to see that. What was the news on technical? I'm trying not to read how it did for the day. So it says it was up 11%. So this probably came out, yeah, at 424. So holding company, despite the impressive performance, blah, blah, blah. I just want to know what the news was. So apparently we need to ask Chat GPT. Was there a news catalyst for BMGL on June 2nd, 2025 that sparked the pre-market rip? Couldn't find anything, so maybe there's just nothing that happens pre-market. So, and sometimes ChatGPT will run its mouth about how it did and everything. So I don't really want to know that. I just want to know if there's a news catalyst. I like to trade things. So I'm supposed to, with the strategy that I'm following, I'm supposed to trade things with news catalysts. So, but this is the only thing that's moving pre-market, except for this. Oh, this is ripping right now. Hold on, we missed the move. Okay, so up a little, pull back, volume's increasing pretty drastically, pull back. The only reason I have to pause this is because I have to adjust the amount of shares. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to pause it. We're sitting at 2,500 and the price is 14, so we'll say 1450. So 172 divided by 2, sitting at 86, so we'll go in at 85 shares. So go in, we'll adjust our hotkeys for our limit by ask for 85, and then we'll go in and adjust our limit sell it bid, which will be 85. There we go. Now I can go in with my half positions and a couple of topping tails already. Let's see the float of Lyra in June of 2025. And was there news on the 2nd? Really important to know because it'll tell me if it's just a pump and dump. After the May 2025 reverse split, Lyra became extremely float. Ooh, this is really good. Shares outstanding, that's ultra low. I cannot confirm. Okay, so no news either, but it's moving, so maybe we come up. But we just came up in since 4, and it's about 407. It's went from $5 to $14. So unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention and missed that move. But let's see if we can get in here. Let's see if it's worth it. I want to watch the level 2 here. Coming down. We're just gonna get in and see what happens. If my hotkey will work, which sometimes it lags and it doesn't work. So, because I just tried to go in right there at 14. I don't know why it didn't work. So let's we'll have to do this. I'll have to pause it. Sometimes the hotkeys don't do the thing. So maybe it won't let me limit. It should. I tried this before. Control A, buy it, ask. So I don't understand what the issue is. Let's set our. Again, this simulator is not perfect. Let's set this to 85 and see if it'll let me do a market buy. I doubt it because you don't do market orders during the pre-market. But let's see. Let's see what happens if I press Control M right there. Whoops. I don't know why it's doing this, man. That's so frustrating. Will it let me short? It shouldn't. Yeah, it's just not working. So let's just go buy. Okay, we'll go 85 shares. And we'll go, okay, let's go ahead and have a stop loss. I'm going to move my stop loss up. It's nice that I can put in a stop loss right away. So I don't know if it's actually going to let me do it, but we'll put our stop loss to the low of that candle. Ooh, that's pretty high. So let's go right about, how much am I willing to lose on this? I'd like to lose 30 cents at most. So, is that 30? No, that's 30. Nope, yep, I was right. I'm not good at math. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Bye. That'd be $26 loss, so that's fine. Okay, I guess we could go 3%. I didn't realize it was giving me a percentage there. That's fine. Buy. Let's see if it lets us in. I don't know if it will. So that probably just put in a market order. So I don't know how this is going to work because my hotkey is not working. Okay, it did execute the buy. That's cool. So I'll have to pause it to sell since the hotkey isn't working. So, okay, nope, it sold. It didn't retrace, so that's fine. Only lost a little bit. Can I get back in? I want to see if my hotkey is going to work. It's not working, I don't know why. So, Control A. No idea. It's whatever. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is where this is screwy because I wanted to get back in right there. And it did not let me. So I'm going to have to back this up to 45 just so I can put in the order that I wanted. 1382. So I don't think I'm ever going to put in a stop loss again unless it's significantly lower. I have to be really willing to risk a little bit more. So let's go buy 1382, 85 shares. I'm not going to double it because I know that that's where we have to set our stop loss, at the bottom of the candle. Or we'll just go halfway, whatever. I know that it shot up, so I'm not going to take a second position. So we'll see. I wonder if it'll let me do a market order though. We'll find out. I doubt it. Nice market order. Does it let me double? No, it doesn't. So this is a really nice move. I'm going to pause that and I'm going to take profit. Sell. 85. Sell. Because I would hit my hotkey theoretically if it was working, but it's not. Cool. Sold. Pause. I want to add back because it's pumping. 85. Add stop loss. Right there. How much did I make? I made 80 bucks, so I don't want to lose more than 80 bucks. Why is my stop loss? Oh, that's my buy. Whoops. My bad. Okay, that's my stop loss. I don't want to lose more than I already made, so we're gonna set this at like 80 bucks exactly. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's go buy. I'm gonna buy at that candle right there. Hopefully, we don't hit our stop loss. Oh, we did. But let's wait and go back in. If it's good. See, that's why we stopped out, because now it's dropping. So, like, what if it kept dropping? It just freaking slumped down. You know, it didn't fill us. It didn't give us the best fill on the stop loss. So, we're down 85 cents. What was the other stock we were looking at? BMGL. That's not doing very good. It's not moving. Now, granted, so we have a resistance point here at 15. But again, this was at just over $5 10 minutes ago. So, obviously, this is a bit of an issue. So, we'll try buying a pullback here. But it's pretty extended, so we'll have to wait. All right. Don't mind me while I slam a pizza. Big green candle, big green candle. Okay, pause. So at this point, we're going to buy again. Definitely setting a stop loss here. I'm not gonna lose $165. It's a terrible idea. I'll lose 40 to make, you know, 85. Oh, dude, nice. Nice. Come on. Sometimes these retracement. Seeing green on the tape, though. Oh, push 15. Past 15. That's what I'm talking about. Are we going to break? Are we going to break? Oh, we broke. Nice entry. Pause. I'm going to take profit. I'm not going to cause any kind of qualm about that. But go ahead and fill for me. Nice. Great fill. Okay, good. Took our profit. Now, if it pushes past, I'm going to buy because our volume's increasing. I need to figure out if there's a way to do a stop loss hotkey on Webull. But right now, I'm really only trading pre-market. So, executed sell. Okay, so that was interesting. So, it sold our order, but it didn't remove the stop loss, which means there's another one right here. So that's good to know. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then, so it just shorted it. It shorted it, which is stupid. It shouldn't do that. It should cancel out the other one, but it doesn't. So I guess we learned. So we're going to go play, and then we'll just cover it. Yeah, let's pause. Let's go ahead and cover. Play. Is it going to cover? There we go. Cool. Made more money. You know, maybe this pullback is a few candles long. Maybe it rips again, but this is kind of gross. So, honestly, 116 bucks. It's like 5% for the day, so ain't bad. Maybe it'll test 15 again. Gotta find out. It's not very strong anymore. Wish we had a MACD, but we don't. Red, red, red. Green, green, green. Green, green, green. Is freeze or the holding price? There we go. Okay, pause. Yeah, so we would have to be in right here, hoping for the break of 15. So let's go 85 again. And we're going to add our stop loss because I ain't interested in losing any money. Let's hold it right there. 62, we can handle that. Buy. Again, I would have hotkeys. I would be in like this. So I'm trying to keep it realistic here. We push, we push, we push. Ooh, ooh, it's testing, it's testing. It's got the push, it's got the push. Nice. Nice. Pause. I'm going to take profit right there. Sell. I don't have any reason to hang out here any longer. Play. Sold. And then we're going to go cancel our short because we don't need to do that. Beautiful. Beautiful move. Beautiful profit. Look at that. Up $232, even though we lost some a little bit on our stop loss. Oh. In the first video I did, there's supposed to be some background music, but it didn't work. So I'm going to add some to this, so hopefully we can't hear the chewing. I'll make sure I do voice isolation. Candle makes a new high. But at this point, we had issues breaking. So I don't know. I'd be happy calling this a day, but I have to know what happens at market open. I want to see what moved. Whoa, there's a push. There's a push. At this point, I'd have to push clean past 16 for me to be in. Yeah, it's pushing, it's pushing, it's pushing. Oh, and then it's down. So really looking at this, and bid and ask. Bid and ask is pretty spread there. Pause. Oh, okay. So let's take a look at this. The bid is 1637. The ask is 1656. So if I buy this right now, and that's only for 3 though. See, this is what I mean. Maybe this is in hundreds. I doubt it, but it's only for 3 shares. And I'm buying 85. So I'm not positive their level 2 is correct. But it'd be interesting to see where I got filled here. Maybe it pushes. This is right at the resistance level, so let's not take this one. And that was a good call. But maybe it's going to slowly grind up. But I am not willing to lose this profit that I have made so far. So I'm going to let it do its thing. And I'm going to enjoy a slice. Now we're getting the volume behind it. It's holding 16. It's rip. That's a rip. So this is hard. It's above the previous level. And it looks like it's rejected off 17 already. Do we get in or not? Well, I wouldn't have this much time to decide, so the answer is no. And I'm glad I didn't. But it's grinding higher. So harder to do this in 8 X. Let's take a little position. I'm gonna set a real tight stop loss. Because I am not interested in losing. I'll set it like there. 35 bucks. That's all I'm willing to lose. No. I'm only willing to lose 32.89. 31.44. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. All right. Buy. Play. Lost it. Oh, it didn't fill. What the heck's going on? I would execute my buy late, I guess. Maybe there were no shares to buy. So, yeah, stopped out. So, okay, so that's done. It stopped me out pretty low though, so we're down a bit. That ain't bad though. Glad I set my stop loss. I'm done with this move. I don't like this consolidation. Do we see these things rip? Absolutely. Like this could keep going and rip again. But I think it's too much to ask of it at this point. You know, coming from 520 or whatever it looks like it is, all the way up to 1624. I'm done. I'm out. I'm gonna jump to market open. Beautiful. Now look at how choppy that is now. And look where our volume is. So our volume was at 150K, a little higher even probably. Go back. So it consolidated for quite a while and then it ripped a little bit. And I'm just not interested. Let me yell at my dog. Get out. Go to your kennel. Lay down. Stay. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so I'm not interested. This doesn't look good. Maybe it bumps. I don't know, but there's no news. So I would assume it's done. So now what we want to do is we want to go look at the other gainers. 493%. So maybe it moves. But ARBB's on the scanner now. at 11.85. Oh, and there's no pre-market data, which means we have to press play and see what the heck's going on. So the scanner sometimes doesn't collect pre-market data. So let's just press play and let's see what happens on the candle. Again, I could, if the hotkeys worked in the real market, I could just go in with half positions. So we're gonna press play and we're gonna watch what flickers. Nothing is happening here, but Vera is moving. FICO is moving. That's way too expensive though. The MPC is moving. KYMR is moving. So holy schmolies, that's a big buy order. That's pretty good. Let's go KYMR. KYMR float June 2nd, 2025. Gotta wait. ChatGPT's a little slow after 9 p.m. This is not that hard of a question. It's not that hard. Oh, 45 to 55. It's doable. It's just not great. Was there news that day? Ooh, what is it? What is it? Positive phase 1 clinical trial results. That's why it's up so much. So definitely, that's the kind of thing that moves. So the question is, do we get in right away? Let's go back. Let's take a look at Vera real quick. Dumping. Not interested. So it could come up, but it's like, I'm not going to wait around all day. I just don't care. LYEL. Dumping, but with volume. So we're just going to, I like these higher priced ones sometimes. They're pretty good. So we're sitting at 26.96. But let's just do our 2,500 because we don't want to put that up for risk either. We're going to go divided by, let's say 42. 59 shares, so 60, so 30 shares is going to be our position size. So let's come back, and now our hotkey should work. I don't know why they wouldn't. What we say, 30 shares. Boom, and 30 shares. Boom. Save. Done. Okay, it's ripping. It's freaking ripping. So we have to be very. We got to see if we're going to get in here. If we do, I'm gonna try my little quick buy here if it works. So, nope. There's no volume, but it's pushing. There's nothing going through. What does this say? Does it say it's been halted? Symbol has been halted. How has it been halted if it's moving? Doesn't make any sense to me. Where's the halt? I don't see the halt. How has it been halted? Unless this is on something different. It's not KYMR. I don't see a halt. I don't know what's happening. It's tanking. Oh, this has movement. Okay. I want to watch real quick. I want to see what else has movement. Nothing worth the darn. 150K volume selling. This is priced at 29. We could still go in with 30 shares if we wanted to. So let's watch it and see. And then I'm going to watch the other one, whatever, KYMR, and see what the heck happens. So KYMR is moving, and I don't understand. It said it was halted. Got some resistance at 30. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Do we get in? This is choppy, man. Choppy. I don't really like that. Okay, I don't think it's halted, so I don't know why it's acting like it's halted, but it's obviously dead. This is what we were just on, Vera? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Very interesting. I'm assuming this isn't lagging, because this is running. Oh, goodness gracious. These are moving. This is moving. Ho, 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 ho. Now, this is interesting. We need to know the float of CRWP. Whoops. Wrong one. Stop. Stop. Stop it. No, I don't want to do that. No. Don't want. No. 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 Never. Get out. Float of CRWP. That's what I want to type in. I'm not anything in my microphone. It's not gonna happen. You don't got the right. Okay, let's eat another slice while we're waiting for this to do its thing. Actually, I'm just gonna refresh this because it's fun. Float of CRWP. I think it hasn't been like a reverse stock split or something since then. I doubt it. It's very high. Ooh, that's a lot. So it's whatever. Maybe we make good money on it. 120. It's moving, so it's like, why not do a little scalp? We do a little scalp here. A little scalp. What the heck was the price? 120 divided by, we'll say 125. 20 shares. Okay, so this one we'll just go in full position because that's a joke. Market by 20 shares. I'll just sell 20 shares. Hopefully our hotkeys work. So this is ripping. Actie's open, really good volume, so we're probably just gonna get in. Yeah. Do our hotkeys work? They don't, so we gotta back it up a little bit because it came up. Let's go to 20. We'll go to 15. Wasn't that far. And then I'm gonna put in, yep, 120. I'm gonna put in my buy order. I'm gonna go 20 shares. And we'll just add the stop loss since we're here. That's a $21 stop loss. $20 stop loss? Yeah, I don't really want to lose that much. I guess we can, we'll just set it there. 2%. Yeah, 30 bucks is good. I don't really want to deal with anything else, so. Okay, but hotkeys don't work, so I have to pause it and I have to manually do this, so. Maybe I don't. Maybe I could just hit sell. Really good volume, man. Probably had news, though. Well, we're up $1 a share now, so it's not bad. Must take good news to get this to do this, man. It takes too long to hit sell. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So, watch what happens if I hit sell. Yeah. So I could just go 20. Maybe I could just slide this up. I think I could whenever I want to sell it and then just hit sell. Maybe we could do it like this as our little hotkey shortcut hack. It's really strong. Like that, dude. I like that. I don't like it so much. So, was it strong? Maybe it has to drop in order for it to fill. Maybe that's a sell stop? I don't know. Well, I wanted to sell it, so I wanted to sell. Let's see. Okay, apparently, okay, there it goes. Hey, made a little money. I'm game. See, this is where like I can't take a big enough share position size in order to really make some money. So let's go see if anything else is moving. 2,000%. Lyle. It's halted. What the heck? Will it go up after the halt? Or will it come down after the halt? Should we buy a halt? No, it's too risky. I don't want to lose any money today. I don't, and I don't know when this is going to start. Like 6:30 whatever. What time is it? 34? Yeah, so it just halted. I'd really like to make $250 today. This is $218. Why? Because $250 would be 10%, and that's the goal. Maybe there's something I can make that money on. Is there news on CRWB? Nah, nothing. Yeah, it's too risky at this point. Maybe it rips, dude. Maybe somebody's gonna make a lot of money, but it wasn't gonna be me that day. Lyra. Alright. Hit a buy. Collapse that. 30 shares. $31. I don't know some math here. This thing needs to make up its mind. Well, I'll just have to let this run while I make it on my mind. So, well, this is already set 83. We'll say 80, so 40. Back 40 shares of this. It's not gonna matter. My hotkeys aren't working today, so we'll just go. We'll just set up a buy order here if we decide to. At the moment, we can't because look at these tails. Look at these tails. But it's the only thing that's moving. That isn't $40 million. Look at that. Look at how expensive that is. Oh, see, now we're breaking a little bit. We're breaking. I would have to buy it, right? I'd have to buy it at 32.05. Filled. Oh. It's on the come up though. See, that's what's interesting. Look at this. There's an angle here. Should have set the stop loss on that, but I didn't have enough time. Maybe we lose. Maybe we're being too I have to pause this to sell because it didn't fill the last sell order. So let's go it's just trying to decide. Pause. No. I want to hit sell once it's up there. Obviously. Always the possibility it flushes. It's coming up a little bit. Nope, it's flushing. It's flushing. It's flushing. Big. Oh. You know? That's what happens when you get greedy. Do I take my loss? Of course I do. Of course I take my loss. I am not interested in losing any more of this. $45 is too much. Sell. Press play. Filled. Good. I'm not interested. This is just a bad trade. I'm surprised there's no penny stocks on here. Maybe we need to add a thingy. And it comes up, but it's like, whatever, dude. What if it flushed all the way down, you know? Can I add a scanner? No, why would you put the scanner there? Put the scanner right here. Look at this, screwing everything up. I want top gain percentage. Which one is this? Top gain. Oh, top gain percentage. Is this going to be the same? It's not. That's interesting. Maybe this is where our money was. Let's get rid of this one. Let's put this one up here. Because I like this one. Nice. Look at that. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, let's put it back. And let's go here. Maybe that was our issue. Maybe we just like didn't find the stocks we normally would have. So let's go back and let's see what's happening. Pennies. Pennies are moving. Look at it. It's moving, dude. It's moving. Lyra's moving. But I'm not interested. It's just... I can't do it. Man, that thing's strong. Did it halt? Nope. Anyways. Oh. Okay, let's change, Yeah, so I'm gonna hit a buy on that. I'd have to adjust my again. Sorry, I would have to adjust my share size based off my hotkeys. In all real world, I would just hit buy, click buy, and I'd be in. So I'm just gonna go buy. I don't know how many shares. Is that $3? So what was 300 give me? What's our price on 300 shares? $1,000. So we need to go 400 shares, and that is 1,300. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Perfect. And since we can add a stop loss immediately, let's do it. Let's add a stop loss right there. No, I'm willing to lose $72 and that's it. So we'll go right there. Stop loss. Bye. Play. The volume's so good. The volume's so good. Oh, but I didn't look up the float. I didn't look up the news. But it's strong. No, it's not. It's dropping. We're cooked. We're gonna lose. It's gonna stop off. And we're gonna be done. I used to have some pizza to help me with the feeling. Go lay down. Get up. Go. I think we've hit some resistance. Adjust my stop loss. Whoa! Oh, hold on. Let's adjust it. I can't see the freaking stop price. That's irritating. 325. Yeah, good place. Yeah, it wasn't strong enough to hold it there. Good call. All right, we're done for today. We're done on this. Okay, so I want to stay green for the day. So maybe a 5% return on the day. It's not bad. We go back and we look at our trade stats for all these days. You know, we're not doing too bad. This is out of all the trades I've taken since the 19th, and today's the 24th. So this is like 5 days worth of trading. But I can trade multiple stocks on one day because I can just go back to 6 open. You know, so it's like that's kind of the point. I want to get good at this, but this is great. I'm happy with that. Tells me where all my stuff is, and then all my winners and losers down here. So not bad. Definitely not good, but not bad. Getting eaten up by all these losers. Anyways, so let's show you what happened today because it's funny. All right, so I'm gonna put up on the. We can get rid of this because my order has been here. Oh, now everybody knows where I live. So what we're gonna do. I'm going to take you into my actual deal here. So I get this message. I'm going to put it up on the screen. We'll put it right there on that side, okay? I get this message, and I watched a video on this. I watched a video. And basically what it is these people have massive share amounts of the stock, and the stock's not moving. And they want to get rid of it for whatever reason. They want to sell it. And so what they do is they get a bunch of suckers to buy into it. And I wanted to watch and see what happened today. They sent me messages. They're like, hey, you need to get this stock at this price, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, heck yeah, tell me about it. And I go on WhatsApp, because that's where they're at. And they're like, okay, I got it. Okay, here's the stock. Buy it at this time. Do this. And here's where you're going to take profit. Now, had I actually bought this stock when they said I would have lost so much money. Click, 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 click. That's obnoxious. Okay, let's just go back. Look at this nightmare, dude. We're going to close this up. So here is market open. They said don't buy a market open. I'll give you a price target. This is the range you want to buy it in. So what happens is I pull up, obviously, right before market open. I'm like, what's going on? Because I learned how to do this because I watched a guy basically explain it. Maybe I can just scroll in here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So these are 1 minute candles. All right, check this out. So I pull up the level 2. The level 2 is what will be right here. I'll tell you what the bid and ask is. And there's 1,000 shares sitting right there. And this is at 10.30. So 1,000 times 10 is what? I don't know, like $100,000, something like that. I'm not a math guy. 1,000 times 10, add a 0, 10,000. Okay, $10,000. And then there's a few more at the other. So like this wasn't really a big one. It wasn't like a huge order. But what happened is everybody started buying. The volume went from, 700, 239 per minute. They had a big buy there at 19,000. And then it went to freaking 592,000 just instantly. So what happens is all those shares got bought up and there was so much liquidity that it couldn't hold the price. So it just flipping tanked. Look at that. Look at that. It went from $10. So everybody's buying here at $10.30. That's what the ask was. Everybody bought all those shares at $10.30. And then it dropped to a low of $9 within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. 9.77. So there's basically 10% almost right there. And then it keeps going down. So watch, if I take this and I go like this, you can see the severity of it, right? Boom. So what I'm going to watch next time is I want to get this on come up right here. This went up and down so much, like if you could get in here right here, if you saw this green, you could get in and out and snipe a few cents. But then it tanked even more and even more. And it hit a low right there, came up a little bit, but it hit a low of 9.55. Wild. And the volume was just enormous. So I thought about, like, man, maybe you could short this. But like, look at this come up, dude. You got right here. You came from, 983 all the way up to 1004. At that point, it's not really worth it. But I was like, man, that's one heck of a scam. So I sent him a message. I said, hey, I missed this first move. Just let me in on the next one. And I'll see if I can trade it. And when I do, I'll post it. I'll say, did I profit in the pump and dump? Anyways, thanks for watching today. In our simulator, we are up a measly $132.74. We were almost at 10%. So let's take our change here and see what we actually made. So we take $132.74 and we divide it out by what we started with. And we made 5.3%. Nothing to be upset about, but we gave back what we shouldn't have. So anyways, let's move on to the next day. See you on the next one.